The alien commander Varric stood on the bridge of his massive warship and watched the blue planet grow larger in the view screen. He had conquered dozens of worlds and broken countless civilizations without ever meeting true resistance. His people believed humans were fragile and divided and easily frightened by superior power. Varric expected trembling governments and desperate messages begging for mercy. The fleet moved into low orbit with weapons ready and shields glowing like angry stars. Sensors showed cities full of life and oceans rich with movement and endless signals of communication. He imagined the panic spreading below as alarms sounded across the world. Varric ordered a landing in the largest city to deliver his demands face to face. Dropships descended through white clouds and settled in an open square surrounded by tall buildings. Soldiers marched out in perfect formation, carrying advanced rifles and wearing dark armored suits. The commander stepped onto human ground and inhaled the strange, warm air of Earth. He expected screams and chaos and blind terror. Instead, he saw people gathering at a safe distance, holding small devices and watching with open curiosity. Children pointed upward at the enormous ship floating in the sky without a hint of fear. A tall human wearing simple clothes walked forward with calm steps and raised empty hands. Varric prepared himself for lies or threats or foolish bravery. The human smiled and welcomed him to Earth in a steady, confident voice. No one bowed and no one begged and no one ran away. The alien commander felt confusion grow inside his disciplined mind. He announced that he had come to claim the planet in the name of the Zarnath Dominion. The crowd listened in silence and waited for him to finish. The same human answered that Earth preferred friendship to war and trade to conquest. Varric warned that resistance would be crushed and cities would fall in a single day. The human replied that threats were a poor way to begin a conversation. Reporters recorded every word and broadcast the encounter across the globe. Leaders from many nations requested to meet the visitors without delay. Not one message of surrender reached the alien fleet. Hours passed and delegations arrived carrying gifts and questions and offers of cooperation. Scientists asked about engines and medicine and the history of distant stars. Engineers studied the alien machines with bright, excited eyes. Even the soldiers of Earth showed more interest and fear as they observed the newcomers. Varric had never seen such behavior from a species facing invasion. He began to wonder if the intelligence reports had been terribly wrong. That night the humans invited the aliens to a meal beneath open skies. Long tables were filled with foods of every color, and music played softly in the warm air. The commander expected poison or deception, yet found only honest hospitality. A small child gave him a drawing of the great ship and asked if he liked it. Varric realized no enemy had ever treated him with such simple kindness. Back on the flagship, he argued with his advisors about the next step. Some demanded immediate attack before humanity could prepare defenses. Others hesitated after seeing the strange courage of the population. Varric reviewed endless streams of data showing human history filled with conflict but also with compassion. He watched videos of rescue workers and teachers and explorers reaching for the unknown. The pattern made no sense to a conqueror raised on stories of ruthless domination. The following morning he returned to the city determined to test the human spirit. He announced a demonstration of power and fired a harmless beam into the empty desert beyond the horizon. The ground shook and a pillar of light touched the sky. Instead of terror, the humans responded with determination to protect their world. Offers of alliance arrived from nations that had once been enemies of each other. Old rivalries faded in the presence of a common challenge. Varric began to understand that fear was not the only force that shaped a civilization. Humans argued and debated and disagreed, yet stood together when danger appeared. Their strength came from choice rather than obedience. The commander felt something change within his hardened heart. He requested a private meeting with scholars and teachers and ordinary citizens. They spoke about dreams of exploring the galaxy and learning from other cultures. They admitted their many flaws without shame and promised to keep trying to improve. Varric compared their honesty to the cold pride of his own empire. For the first time he questioned the endless cycle of conquest that defined his people. Days turned into weeks as negotiations replaced threats. Joint project began to solve problems of energy and disease and environmental damage. Alien doctors worked beside human surgeons, saving lives with shared knowledge. Engineers combined technologies to build new vessels capable of peaceful travel. The fleet in orbit slowly powered down its weapons as trust grew on both sides. Varric sent a message to the rulers of the Zarnath Dominion recommending friendship instead of war. The council reacted with outrage and ordered him to complete the invasion at once. He refused and declared that Earth had earned the right to remain free. Some of his officers tried to arrest him, but many stood loyal to the new vision. A brief struggle ended with the hardliners confined and the fleet firmly under his command. The commander returned to the city where it had all begun. He addressed the world and admitted that he had come expecting fear and submission. He confessed that what he found instead was bravery and curiosity and unbreakable hope. Humans shared not in triumph over an enemy, but in joy at gaining a new friend. Together they built the first interstellar embassy overlooking the very square where the ships had landed. Children learned alien languages in school and dreamed of traveling to distant systems. Varric watched the transformation with pride and humility. He understood that true power did not come from forcing others to kneel. Real strength was the ability to stand without hatred and choose a better path. The alien commander who once planned to conquer a world became the guardian of a fragile alliance. His name entered human history as a visitor who changed because he was changed. And across the stars other civilizations heard the story of a planet that answered invasion with courage. From that day forward, the galaxy would never again underestimate the quiet determination of humanity.